Happy holidays, and thanks for tuning into this year's holiday edition of The Flash.
I'm Caitlin alongside Noah, and we've got what may be the best show of the year coming your way.
Everyone here at The Flash has been working non-stop for the past week to bring you 5 great stories to get you into the holiday spirit.
Overcoming adversity has always been a common topic for this time of year, and each story provides a unique twist on this theme.
Our first story comes right off of Cedar Avenue. Most people have seen the brightly lit tree just beyond the bridge crossing into Bloomington. While it's become a symbol of the holiday spirit in Twin Cities, most people don't realize just how famous this tree is. Stephanie brings us the story on how this icon has picked up recognition worldwide.
Standing 53 feet tall along the stretch of Highway 77, this beautiful oak tree has attracted hundreds of passers-by.
We were flying over the North Atlantic in March. My wife and I were coming home from the Middle East, and a stewardess said, "You know, you look familiar."
Bob and Julie Little have lit this majestic tree since 2001.
And I said, "You've been in my driveway." And here, over the North Atlantic, in an airplane, the stewardess has our house for her wallpaper, and then the cockpit door opened. And here comes the pilot. And the pilot says, "It's like a beacon in the night. I tell everybody in the left-hand side of the aircraft to look out the window when I'm landing."
With the house up for sale, this might be the last year to see this beautiful tree in bloom. So be sure to stop by and get a glimpse of this beacon in the night before it fades away on New Year's Day. Signing out for The Flash, this is Stephanie.
Though the house is up for sale now, the Littles and their realtors are trying to make sure that the next owners keep their lights up for everybody to enjoy throughout the year.
Adversities like these aren't uniquely human. Dogs like Roxy here also deal with troubling times. Fortunately, there are places like Last Hope Animal Rescue that help abandoned pets.
It's hard to leave every day knowing you can't save them all. It's absolutely heartbreaking.
A catastrophic number of animals litters the streets every day.
You know, a number, sadly, of abandoned animals that people just leave them and hope someone finds them. So we are a lot of animals' last hope.
But all hope is not lost. Efforts made by volunteers allows for animals to go through a head-to-tail transformation.
I know of one cat, and he was a wild child, and she worked with him for, I think it was close to a year, if memory serves, and was able to finally get him adopted out.
Such selflessness makes finding these animals a forever home possible.
Chanel's previous owner kind of left her to the streets, and the Humane Society found her, and we finally picked her up. I think Chanel is a lot happier now that she's being treated right.
There's kind of a dependence there. You know, they depend on you, but at the same time, they save their people right back because, you know, a lot of people benefit greatly from animals.
Signing off for The Flash and wishing you a happy holiday season, this is Jillian.
It's good to see that there is hope for those precious pets. I know, hopefully they'll all be adopted by the time the new year rolls around. Hopefully. If cute puppies aren't enough to get you in the holiday spirit though, there are always movies released around this time to get jolly about. One of these movies is the new movie Unbroken, which tells the story of the challenges Louis Zamperini overcame in his lifetime.
Much like Zamperini, there are many people at Eastview who have faced many hardships. For our next story, Tom asked how teachers and students here at Eastview have remained unbroken despite all the adversities they have faced.
The movie Unbroken comes out on December 25th. Based on the life of Louis Zamperini, the story is one of adversity and resilience.
You train, you fight harder than those other guys, and you win. If you can take it, you can make it.
After Zamperini's young Olympic appearance, he joined the armed forces. His plane was shot down over the Pacific Ocean, and after 41 days at sea, he was captured and sent to a Japanese prison camp, where he endured unthinkable hardships. Many people go through difficult times. How we deal with this adversity makes us who we are.
A couple years ago, my house burned down, and really the thing that got me through was just really a positive attitude and people and having a good sense of humor.
My mother was diagnosed with cancer back in the mid-70s and passed away when I was still a 15-year-old kid. My dealing with it was sports, was running. And that allowed me to relieve tension and relieve stress.
Being able to adapt to adversity takes resilience. Resilience is a common theme with Unbroken, not only for Louis Zamperini, but for author Laura Hillenbrand. Hillenbrand suffers from chronic fatigue syndrome, which limits her energy and ability to write. Showing great resilience, it took 7 years to complete Unbroken. We all face adversity in our lives, but it's resilience and an unbroken spirit that gets us through and makes us who we are. Signing off for The Flash, this is Tom.
I am unbroken.
I am unbroken.
I am unbroken.
I am unbroken.
While it's important to focus on those facing adversities, we also need to take time to celebrate those who have already overcome their challenges. Zain brings us a story from Winter Park about several Vikings players who have already overcome their struggles.
Life. It consists of its fair shares of ups and downs. Regardless of who you are and what you do, you will face adversity at some point in your life.
Last year, my father passed away. That was probably the biggest adversity I faced in my last college season, being a senior. But that's part of life. You live and you learn and you move on.
It was pretty tough, growing up in the inner city. Certain things happen that normal people don't see it often.
There's tons of times where people have told me I wasn't good enough, wouldn't do it, couldn't make it, and it's just staying the path and working hard.
Adversity gives us an opportunity to define our character, molding us into a better person. The greatest reward is in facing an adversity and overcoming it to reach a goal.
With the 25th pick in the 2013 NFL Draft, the Minnesota Vikings select Xavier Rhodes.
Another moment just to be called in the first round, that was a great moment. So I was just loving it. It's just a moment you can't explain, you just have to be there and experience it.
We can take away from the experiences of those that have been through such situations and come out on top, and reach a point a few do.
Life's not going to be easy, no matter how good your life has been up to that point, or how good your life or how poor your life has been. Life is going to throw you curves. Life's going to be tough. Life's going to knock you down, and it's always about getting back up and just being resilient.
Adversity exists in all aspects of life. It has a way of finding us and making sure its presence is felt. However, we have the choice to either face it or back down from it.
Something I always told myself within outside of football, giving up never can get you far. And you never know how close you are to your ultimate goal. You can be one step away, but at that time you give up, you'll regret it for the rest of your life.
Signing off for The Flash from Winter Park, this is Zain.
It's awesome to see how far those guys have come after all they have faced up to this point.
It is, and while the holidays come as the time to celebrate with friends and family, there are also a time to help others give back to the community. Jeremy has a story on kindness.
As the holidays roll around, people start to think of giving gifts and being kind to one another. Several students at Eastview have shown what kindness means to them. Students and teachers from the Special Education Department took part in an Adopt a Family project, going out to buy gifts for a family in need. Eastview student Sam Selvig showed his unique idea of simple kindness.
So I had some extra money, so I went to Subway and bought some subs and took them downtown Minneapolis and handed them out. So my experience handing out Subway to the homeless people was pretty cool because seeing their reaction when they get something like that, it's really just an amazing feeling that you did something good.
It's not always about how much you give. Sometimes it's just the simple things that can make someone's day.
Yeah. Hey. She's happy. Yeah, man. That's great.
That's what it's all about.
Time we have for today's view.
Be sure to stay tuned for an extra festive edition of The Crits.
From all of us here at The Flash, have a safe and wonderful break.
Happy holidays.
See you next year, Eastview.
Dashing through the snow in a one-horse open sleigh. O'er the fields we go.
Bells bells on bobtails ring, making spirits bright.
What fun it is to ride and sing a sleighing song tonight. Oh, jingle bells, let's jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh.
Hey!
Jingle bells, jingle all the way.
Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Hey!